about your writing piece. So remember what you wrote about if it's ever okay to break the law? Yeah. So right here, I see the first thing. I think it's okay to break the law at sometimes and some places. So this to me looks like it's your thesis statement, right?
Yes.
And I really like the way you came right out and stated your thesis statement right away.
Yeah.
Some other good things I noticed about this paper is that your thesis idea was really strong, and then some of your reasons, you also had some reasons that supported your thesis. So that was good as well. So the next thing that I want to point out, let's look at this. It says, I think it's okay to break the law at sometimes and some places. To break the law. Why do people break the law? All of my reasons will show you why I think it's okay to break the law from time to time. Okay? So you see in that introduction, you give us a little bit more, right? I like this part where you put all of my reasons will show why I think it's okay to break the laws from time to time. Because what that does is that sets the reader up to know what to expect in your essay. And that was really strong what you did right there. Okay? Let's one thing I would point out for this introduction in our rubric, it says the essay introduces the topic clearly. In 405, it would need to show why the topic is important to think about. Did you show anything about why anybody should even be thinking about this topic yet?
No.
So you need something to where you show why it's important to.
So what to think about?
Yeah, like so maybe if you talk about like you could talk about maybe like give an example of people breaking the laws right now for freedom or for protesting things that are unjust, right? Like I think that's sort of where you were going somewhere in here. So maybe you could start out with a situation. Remember what we used for like things for a good introduction? Like a situation, like a question, like something like that. Right? Reason one. The first reason that the law are unreasonable sometimes, and they will have a reason to break the law. So you're saying the first reason is that the laws are unreasonable, right? And then your example, for example, you can't walk your dog outside like it's going to smell like 100 pounds of dust custing. Really, where will they do their business at? In the house? So can you tell me more about your example?
It's like, say like if like they would have a law for you not to take your dog out, and like where would they like use the bathroom at? Like in the house?
Oh, so you're saying if there was a law that you couldn't take your dog outside, then your dog would have to go in the house, and you're saying that's unreasonable, right? You know what? This is the advice I'm going to give you. When you're thinking about examples for your reasons, you need to think about examples that are more realistic, okay? Like, it's not really realistic that there's going to be all of a sudden be a law where you can't take your dog outside. Have you heard of a law like that?
No.
Probably your readers have not heard of a law like that either. So your example needs to be realistic, like something that has happened, okay? Or something that could happen, like for real, okay? So put that down for your example. My example needs to be realistic. Like, for instance, an unreasonable law could be, you could go back to history for an unreasonable law. What was an unreasonable law throughout history?
Probably like racism.
Like, what specifically about racism was unreasonable?
Let me see.
Think about the Jackie Robinson movie.
Oh, okay.
What happened that was unreasonable to Jackie?
That they would let her play on the baseball team.
That's unreasonable, right? And that was the law back then, right? So that could be an example, right?
Yes.
That wasn't a reasonable law, right? So that would be an example of something unreasonable, and it's something that actually happened or could happen, right? That example makes that stronger. Look at your reason too. Another reason that it's a fire and the person have to save that person from the fire. Okay? You're saying this is a reason to break the law, right?
Yes.
This is not a reason. This is an example. Okay. This is an example or situation. You need to give a reason. A reason would be there's an emergency. Do you see what I'm saying? How that's different than that there's a fire. A fire would be an example of the emergency, right?
Yes.
So this reason number 2 is not a reason. So So make sure that your reasons are actually reasons and not examples or questions. Remember from our checklist for reasons? Okay. And then your example, an example of this is it's a fire and the fire was about a zillion degrees above 200 degrees. The person is at a red light watching the flaming fire burst flames, and he have to go save the person that's inside the house. So we have to pass the red light. So this is the only thing that's illegal right here is pass the red light. All this other stuff isn't illegal in order to save the person, right? This makes me think that it is still okay to break the law from time to time at points, because back in the day they had a Chicago fire, and it started from one house and it spread it through the whole town. That's what a burn did to the whole town. Now this part gets off topic. You're no longer talking about the emergency and the person having to break the law to fix the emergency, okay? This about the Chicago fire, that is irrelevant, okay? You've gotten off topic on a tangent, okay? Then your next point is, well, passing the red light is against the
law,
okay? But they needed to do it for a bigger reason, to help someone in an emergency. That's why sometimes it is okay to break the law. See, do you see? You get it now?
Yes.
A little bit better? So when you go back, your to-do is you're going to need to make sure that your reasons are in fact reasons, right? And that your examples are something that could actually happen. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay, so what's your to-do? Tell me what's your to-do.
To make sure that like this is are not questions, and to make sure that I stay on topic, and also to make sure that my example fit my reason.
There you go. And they're actually examples that aren't like out there. There's things that could actually happen and would actually happen, right? Okay, are we good?
Yes.
High five, champ.